right now.
I am.
It's crazy as hell when you're
I'm fat all the way up to the front now.
God, oh. That nipple hair got caught in my shirt.
Nipple hair. Oh, come on.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the 85 South Show. No, I'm lying. I mean, this is Cali Love, a wedding party. So, just want to shoot a quick video on our story, how we met. You want to go first or want me to go first?
You go first. I'm stuck.
Well, in the beginning, God created. Not that far?
No.
Nah, but y'all know I had my younger years in Law, Mississippi, but I moved to the coast in like 3rd grade, and probably around 4th or 5th grade, 6th grade.
No, it was higher for you because I was in Girl Scouts in 5th grade and Ashley was there.
That's when we first met y'all? When you was in 5th grade? When did we first meet y'all?
I think about 3rd or 4th grade because I had a brownie.
Yeah, so that'll put me in like
Girl Scout.
That would put me in like 5th, 6th grade, like right in the start of middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so to put me in like 6th grade is when our families first connected. Because my mom was the school nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 28th Street. And all of them went there, Kendra Kelly, Candace, and Kyra. And my mom was the school nurse. And my mom used to do their hair and Girl Scouts and cheerleading coach and everything else. But cause you 27, you about to be 28, I'm about to be 30.
In a couple hours.
So we're like 3 years apart. So Candace when we was young, she was always like in the class like with my baby sister and them. So I never, I just seen them as the younger girls in the house that came around. Even though Candace used to hate me.
Stop that.
Bro, they bullied me, bro. They bullied me, bro.
How?
No matter what I said, did, looked, dressed, it was always, I get fresh cut out the barbershop, go over by them, you look stupid. She laughing because now she telling the truth. And I'm telling the truth.
Oh.
And as we got older, and around 8th grade, 9th grade, I was starting to feel myself. They coming over to get their hair done and stuff. Like I know it's like there's a bunch of girls coming over, so I'll throw on one of my throwback jerseys and like sweats and fresh J's, and I'll play it off and I'll like go down to the kitchen and get something to eat. Cause they was in the game room that was like the dance room over, and then like they'll come in there, Candace will look back at me, you look stupid, and they'll walk off. That's what it was. All my childhood, bro, just getting bullied by them. And I think Kathy was the first one that used to tell me when we was young, like, she like you, right? And I was like, who? Candace like you, right? No. Candace hates me. But, little kind of fun. Tell the story, bro. You was talking about.
Hold on now.
Tell the story, bro. Come on, tell me what you told me, bro.
What?
You talking about that, talking about you like me, but you didn't think I like you. So you just let it go. Tell it, bro. Tell the story, bro.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so we were different ages, and I did hang out with his sister, Lexi. She's like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, 5 years younger than me.
Oh, well, that's why he categorized me with Alexis because of that. I mean, I always thought he was attractive, but he always treated me as like his sister's friend.
Because you hated me.
No. So, like, around his, like, high school time, it was like, I liked him, but I felt like he wouldn't have taken his that. So I just kind of feel like, oh, we just going to be homies. We just going to be real cool. And
that ain't what it was.
That's what happened.
That ain't what it was.
Yes, it was.
So she was in like 8th grade, so I'd have been like in 11th grade.
Exactly.
So she was like, well, he ain't gonna talk to me because he's gonna think I'm too young. So
yes.
I don't like him no more. Yes, that way is more accurate. And so that's how she behaved. that I'll just girl walk up and do this in your face all the time. That was shut up, talking, get out of my face. That was But it wasn't until
2010.
till Candace got okay. The first time I broke down, cause so Candace is like a senior in high school now, and I'm like my second, third year in college, and I was pledged and I was online. Candace is attractive. She's very beautiful. She was 18, well, about to be 18. So, anyways, but I was in Cleveland. I was at Delta State, and unconsciously, I just while I was online, I was just telling her like, guess what? I'm online to be cute. I just thought, me being a frat, like, yeah, she's finally gonna be nice to me. She's finally gonna like me. She didn't give a damn. But it really wasn't till she got the Valley. That's where we actually started to develop a friendship outside of all us growing up together. So that's when I started to text and check on her, make sure you go to class, make sure you study for your test, stay away from all frat boys, just hitting her up. And I shot the J a couple times and she was not trying to hear me. And when I say shoot the J, I mean like I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna drive to Valley this weekend and I'm gonna come see you. And she was like, nah, I'm going home. Curve. And then I'll be like, yo, you can come up out here for the weekend. Nah, I'm going home. Curve. Then I'll be like, yo, I can come get you and you come hang out. We got a party out here, a house party and everything. Yeah, nothing. Wouldn't give me nothing. But we just really was just cool then. So like when I come back home, she'll text me checking on me and I'll be checking on her. It was just develop like an actual friendship outside of all this, like actually caring about the well-being of each other and like hoping for the success of both of us. That shit, like stuff was like we would talk about like what was going wrong and like some of them young thunder skeezers that was after her. Just friendly stuff. But it wasn't until it was about a year after I was divorced, and I was actually on the island in med school around this time last year. Well, around April, Mayish, like right before I came home. She had been like checking on me, make sure like, are you still alive down there? You need anything? Just being a good friend. Anybody knows, like when I came back, I was really struggling with my eyes and my eyesight, and Candace knew I'd come back, and she was already coming by the house, like helping my mom and my sister get fixing things at the house with my mom, and so she just naturally picked up. It was like, yo, have you ate today? Just little things like that, just checking on me, and it like spiral from there. No, okay, so this is what happened. So, we had been chilling, just not even chill. Like, she'll come over on a lunch break, say hey to my mom, my sister. We'll chop it up. We'll talk noise, laugh, giggle, everything else. And then, it was around like like the beginning of September. Yeah, it was like the beginning of September. And, we was, she's like, she came by and I don't even know how we got on the topic. How did it even come up?
I don't know. We were talking about relationships, about our previous relationships, and then kind of spiraled.
We were talking about our previous relationships. And anybody know me, bro? I'm real confrontational. I ain't scared to say what's on my mind. So I just asked her, I was like, Candace, would you ever take me serious? And she was just like, yeah, why would I?
That's how you look too.
Give me 24 hours to get my life together.
But then I told him, because I had previously got a relationship, I was like, give me until December.
And it was probably about 2.5 weeks, and both of us, because we had like, so from that night, so probably for like 2 weeks straight. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
So probably like for 2 weeks straight, from the time she got off of work, which was like 5, till like 3 in the morning. We were standing outside having adult conversations. Now, when I say
up and down the street,
when I say adult conversations, would be like, okay, Candace, if we're gonna do this, let's be sensible. Like, how do you feel about finances? What do you think about credit score? What do you think about kids going to college? How many kids do you want? The questions that people should ask.
Fail to ask. I don't want to know his favorite color. I don't want to know his favorite movie.
We'll figure all that out.
As time goes on, we'll see the favorite genres of movies that you like, the colors that you put on. I already knew all these things because obviously we were really good friends prior to, so it's nothing that I had to ask. And even then, I'm not about to ask him his favorite color while we standing outside at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So it was just like we asked real solid business questions, like just the nitty gritty.
Especially like, how do you feel about combining finance? We were talking about things like that, like where do you want to live? Where would you like to raise kids?
Where do you want to work?
Yes. What job do you want to have that you want to do for the rest of your life? Things that actually influence a relationship, other than
things that cause big pivotal points in a relationship.
Yes, because I feel like finances are something that every couple has an issue with at first, until you realize, like, okay, so you have separate, I have separate, then we have together. Mm-hmm. So we had to come to a conclusion of what we wanted to have.
Those were the conversations we were having late at night, like real adult conversations, because both of us have lived a little bit of life and have been in like serious situations, and we've learned from our mistakes. Yeah. So you wanted to approach it, a little wiser.
And for me, with somebody that I've known so long, with somebody that I can always go to about relationships, I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want it to mess up to where I lose a friend out of a relationship. Now I don't have anybody to go to if something were to happen between us, and then it put our families in a bind, because Alexis is still a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, because that would
have been something hard that we would have to.
So that's what like both our families are worried about. Is like, what if it don't work out? And like our families don't want to talk to each other, something goofy like that. But I'm not the loud ghetto type that fuck you, go get your shit, get the fuck out. I don't do none of that. Right? So
let me tell you, I was.
What?
I'm not gonna. What? Yes, was.
What? You see how she's.
I am the type to be like, oh, you got here. So I had to learn that with Justin, that gets no reaction. None. He make you look stupid. You be out here. You know what I'm saying? You be like, are you done? You be like, oh! You starting all over getting the crank up, and he still don't care. So I had to learn with communication things with him was, I actually had to talk. Because for me, so with me, I let anger drive, which is what he tells me all the time. So if I'm mad, I'm mad. There's no get me out of my madness until I'm unmad. Like, basically, I gotta get unmad. I gotta eat something. I gotta take a nap. So if I don't do none of that, I'm gonna be mad for a while. So with me being with Justin, I had to be like, let me go ahead and talk this out, because I'm
not gonna let it go.
Yes, I don't feel like talking about this for hours.
Like, look, I did something to make you upset. Tell me what it is, so I can try not to do it again. I know you're upset. I know we're mad. I know we're angry, because I can feel myself getting ready to get amped up. Like, nah, ain't no point in me even getting that mad. Ain't no point in me trying to make my point, because you won't understand. Nah, ain't no point in doing none of that, because none of that is worth losing the relationship.
I don't feel myself. I'm there before I even get boom. Hey, she's here.
Well, I've been an angry guy for a long time, so I had to do something with that, because they killing us out in these streets, bro.
So I mean, I've been the loud arguer. I am that. You're not understanding me, and I want you to hear me. So in order for me to think you gotta hear me, I'm about to get louder than you, so you'll be like, oh damn, listen. But with him, he doesn't care. So it's just certain things that we have.
So like stuff like that, we talked about that. How do we handle anger? And like how should we communicate when we're angry? Like, these are the things we talked about before we agreed to be in a relationship. Because I know Candace is quick that just I'm aware of that. I know this. These things I know. Like, because people be like, well, you need to get to know. Like, bro, I already know that part. I just have to, you know, be able to receive on a level that we can go back and forth and communicate this thing out. But yeah, man, and it's been working.
Yeah.
Beautifully. Like there, when stuff arises, we just. But eventually, it just.
I have to tell him before cause I be on the thing, where my sister say, "You think I'm one of them?" That's what I be want to say. But since I have to stop saying that now, I'm be like, I find it funny how, and that's an easier way for me to not say. You think I'm one of you, so it's easier for me to say. I find it funny how you thought you was gonna play me and eat all my chips, like stuff like that. Like that's how I have to say it.
Yeah.
So. And finances is something that we discuss, but it has never become an issue with us because he holds all the money, but I distribute it how it's supposed to be distributed. So it's never an issue of I never have to focus on where I put that money at because I lose every damn thing.
So like both of us have income.
Yes.
But like when we go somewhere and buy something, I do this.
Yes, because I already know which card I'm going to use because I know how much is on each card because he don't know because he don't use it. Mm-hmm. So I already know if I pay rent with all, if I done pay rent with all this, all the bills with this, let me use the other card because there's way more money on it, or I ain't used none of this, or I already backed up this. So yeah. I already know what's on what. So I already know what I want to use. And he don't say, why are you using that? Are you going to use that? Are we using this? Simple as that. It's not an argument. It's not a back and forth type thing. And no, we don't have a shared bank account because honestly, if he need my card, he know where it is. If I need his card, I know where it is. I don't feel like we need a shared bank account.
Only thing we share is a credit card.
Yeah. And the credit card is, I don't use the credit card. He uses the credit card.
Yeah, so. And I pay it off.
Yeah. So everything is much more simpler than I think some people might think. And I don't really care what other people think. I don't really.
Just how you know when you met.
Well, on the
when you met the one, bro.
What everybody else care about.
When it's effortless.
Yeah.
Like I was telling her cousin earlier today, like I feel like she's living my balance. Like she's hot-headed, I'm calm. I'll spend money and she'll budget. And we balance each other out.
Perfect.
So that's up. That's us. Moose and Kandy. Cali Love. ENT. All day. Holding it down.
Ahead, push the red button.
One pillow. No blankets. By myself.
Okay, push the button.
Ain't nobody write me.
That's the wrong way. The camera this way.
Ain't nobody write me.
Red button.
But y'all talking about out here, cuz. I ain't supposed to gang sign. Moose and Kandy Love.